Hey everyone. I want to talk to you about the notion that every breathing moment is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to live with awareness and take action that aligns with the life path you truly desire, the one that's meant for you. I want to talk to you about what could happen if you start making decisions that really serve you, and if you begin to live from a place of self connection aligned with your true self, the best version of yourself. And I don't want this to be advice, but more as a gentle nudge to maybe inspire you. And this is important for you, especially if you find yourself in the caretaker role or a people pleaser, constantly putting other people's needs ahead of your own. So I don't want you to tell what's right or wrong. Instead, I want to invite you into this conversation about something I think we all face. And that's how to live a life where your decisions truly come from a place of self-awareness and self-love. And I want to start off with a story of my own. Because for years, I took on responsibilities and tasks because I wanted to be liked. I got caught in this endless wave of chores and household projects and saying yes to commitments without ever stopping to ask myself, wait a minute, is this what I really want and need? I was stuck in this autopilot, doing things that I thought were expected of me. And looking back, I see how much I abandoned my own needs by doing that. And there's a surprising thing, because nobody really wanted me to do those things. Nobody wanted me to do things that weren't in line with what I wanted. And my partner, Beatrice, she definitely didn't want to sacrifice myself. The thing she needed was for me to take ownership of my needs and to show up as me, fully show up as the best version or just me. And the moment I started doing that, communicating what I truly wanted, it opened up a door for us. And from that opening, a lot of freedom emerged. And here's something that I've learned, that every living moment is that opportunity to switch into the life path that aligns with your deepest desire. The trick is that you have to become aware. Become aware of the patterns that steer your daily routines. Because we often take on the tasks and responsibilities on the autopilot. And we're doing this to serve others so we can feel accepted and liked. Maybe if we say yes to that social gathering, we will be accepted. It's the most acceptable thing to do. Or maybe you get stuck into that wave of tasks and chores because you're afraid that if we don't, we will be disliked or will be rejected. Sometimes we even offer help when we don't have the space for it. And by doing these things, we repeatedly abandon ourselves and our own needs. We cross our own boundaries, and that's drains energy. That's where stress comes in. It is overwhelming. And you might notice this when you take on a task and feel frustration or a sense of unease. This is your signal. It's a sign that you might be stepping over your own line, doing something that doesn't align with your true desire. So ask yourself the question, what do I really need? Maybe you'll find out you actually need rest rather than doing all these things, constantly being busy. Maybe you find that you need space for self-connection, or maybe you'll find that you want to create. And here's the thing. This is your birthright. You are allowed to do this. There are absolutely no rules that say otherwise. There's only a conviction and a limiting belief that keeps you in that place. So the truth is, none of us need to live by these old scripts anymore. The ones that tell us we need to earn love by overgiving and or ignoring our own needs. When we were younger, this might have had to be the case, that we wanted to fit into the expectations of our family or social group just to feel safe. But now you are safe. You really are. Life is taking care of you, and you can take care of yourself. Just think about this. You're always taken care of. So you don't need to please or work for others just to be accepted. So it isn't about rejecting care, we give to others, but it's about extending that same love and care to ourselves. And in these moments of awareness, when you start noticing that you're actually doing something to serve someone else's needs before your own, be very gentle with yourself when you start doing this. There's no need for judgment. It's okay. Maybe it was needed at the moment, and now you've become aware of it. And in that awareness, you have the power to choose differently. You can pause and ask, what would I rather do? What would I like to do instead? What is good for me? And that flicks you back into alignment with your true desires, just as awareness. And then you start acting on it. And when you start making these shifts, especially if you're living in a household, living together with your partner or family, or living together with friends, it is important to communicate about it. Because what you're going to be doing is breaking the expectation, and that could come on with some friction. And that's also okay. You can start by communicating. And this isn't about becoming fully obsessed with yourself, but it's about bringing yourself into the game of your life. And you can start communicating how you feel and take charge of your feelings. Take charge of your needs. Because if you act out of scarcity and lack and you work for others, you're actually draining your energy, and that serves no one. What people truly want is to be around others who are the best version of themselves. And the beautiful thing is that when you take ownership of your needs, you start to become that best version. And this process does take courage. I had to take courage as well. It's the courage to step away from familiar patterns and embrace a new way of living. It's discomfortable. It's uncomfortable. But the beautiful thing is that courage already is in you. You can tap into it. And when I started to tap into it and start listening to my own needs and communicate them, I began to fully take ownership of my own life. Ownership of my desires and needs. And with that, I became a lot more free. And your partner, your friends, or family, they don't want you to give up your true self. They want you to stand in your power, fully connected with what feels right for you. And when you start living from that place, it creates an opening where anything is possible. A favorite analogy that I have goes like this. You are the driver of your own train, and you get to choose where it's going. Others can hop on and off if they please, and if they don't like the direction, they are free to hop off. It's their responsibility. But it's your train, and you are in control. Your responsibility is to keep that train on your lane. Your responsibility is to stay true to the path that feels right for you. So while you go on this journey, be kind to yourself. When you notice that you're doing things that aren't serving you, don't see it as a failure. It is a growth opportunity. Be very gentle with yourself. You're constantly learning, and that's what matters. It's step by step. Take these gentle steps. I believe in you. You've got this. You have the power to choose what nourishes you and to live in a way that serves your true needs. And every moment right here, right now, is that opportunity to do just that. Have a lovely day. Try this out. What will happen if you start asking yourself a question? Is this what I really want to be doing? And what would I do if I don't have to consider others? What would I do if I would step into my best version? I'll leave you with that. Have a lovely day, everyone.